Happy Friday, guys. Thanks so much for being here. So we had planned on having Kathleen Osmore on with us today. She's actually the one that came up with the challenge, but she ran out of time before she had to go jump a plane with Jeremy Massey from Massey Art Studio. They're on their way to Deer Lake, Washington for a paint pouring retreat. So what the challenge is we had to find a room in one of our staging apps, and we were all assigned a person, and so we assigned them a room to do a painting for. So here is Taneva's room. This is Amber's. Then we have Michelle's. And finally, my room. So this is what we're going to be focused on, is doing a painting that goes with the room we were assigned. Now, the piece I'm doing today was inspired by the lovely Taneva Baker, and she got me into working with clay, and I've been having a lot of fun with it, guys. So I wanted to do something in black and white. She had done a piece not too long ago in all black, but I wanted to add some pearl to it. So I'm using DecoArt Extreme Sheen Pearl for this one. Now the paint is really thin. You can see it's almost watery. It's so thin. That's the consistency that you've got to get it in order for this particular technique to work and to be able to get those pearls. And I have put the recipe that I used in the description, as well as all of the other mediums that I used in this piece. So I'm going to shut up for a while and let you watch the pearls happen. This is black polymer clay that you can get on Amazon, and I will have the link in the description. I discovered that they make black clay, and I thought, ooh, I got to try that because it's a lot easier than having to paint, all your pieces a certain color. So I think the last time I used clay, it was white. This is my first time using black. So what I'm doing is just making basically some little balls of different size. It's really super easy. The clay kind of warms up in your hand as you're mashing it and manipulating it. So it's not really that difficult to get the shapes and the design that you want. The black will turn your hand a little black, so you got to wash your hands after, or you can use gloves. Now what I'm doing is taking the non-sharp side of my knife there, and I'm just making some little indentions to give the clay a little bit of interest. Now as I press on the clay, you notice I'm not holding it. I'm not holding the clay when I press the knife into it, because the pressure of my fingers against the knife is going to cause other indentations in the clay, and I don't want that. But putting those indentations in did help me get a kind of flat surface on the bottom, so that when I place them wherever I'm going to place them, they will stay. But yeah, I just thought this was kind of, and some interest, just some added interest. I think they look really, really cool. So I am going to throw these bad boys in the oven. They bake at 230 for about 30 minutes. And I took them outside and sprayed half of them with silver spray paint. So they're half black and half silver. Because the pearl paint on the canvas, it actually kind of looks silverish. So again, I just wanted to add some extra interest to those clay pieces. Whatever you want really to adhere the clay to the canvas. I'm using gloss gel. You can use varnish, you can use E6000. Whatever you use, I would recommend that it dry clear. You know, when you're pressing down the clay on the canvas, sometimes some of the adhesive kind of squishes out. So if you can't wipe it off or you don't see it, at least it will dry clear, and it won't be really, really noticeable. So I lightly varnished this piece, and as I was looking at it in the light, you can see the black area is a little shiny, but when you go and look over at the pearls, they are not, which I thought was super cool because it's kind of a two-tone. You've got part shiny and part matte. So that just gives the whole piece kind of a more of a 3D look, and definitely more interesting to the eye, at least in my opinion. I thought that was kind of cool. And here it is in my room. I think it looks so cool. Love those pearls. Love playing with this clay. Guys, if you haven't had a chance to play with polymer clay, I think you should. You'll love it. Hey, don't go anywhere, please, unless it's over to Teneva Baker's channel, because she is coming up next. You guys have a wonderful weekend.